Okay, so like everyone's freaking out about AI,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, robots taking our jobs is scary and all, but what about how AI is changing how we learn in the first place?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what I'm kind of obsessed with right now. How do we even prepare for a future that's like powered by AI?
Exactly.
So in this deep dive, we are cracking open this super thought-provoking article called Get This: What No One Will Tell You About the Changing Face of Education.
Woo! I like it. Kitschy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this article, it doesn't mess around. Like, it jumps right into a story about the authors and how they basically ditched traditional schooling back in 2020.
Yeah. I mean, talk about a year, right?
Oh my gosh, 2020.
2020, everything's going online. The pandemic is like flipping the script.
Huge disruptions.
And these authors are like, peace out, traditional education. We're out of here.
Yeah, they saw it as like, okay, the old system is kind of exploding, so we're going to make our own rules.
Exactly. Exactly. And they talk about this like freedom and the flexibility of online learning. Like you're not bound by, someone else's timetable.
Schedules are out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
You can learn what you want, when you want, how you want.
The world is your classroom is what they're saying.
Okay, so we've got all this freedom, all this flexibility, but how does AI actually fit into all of this?
Okay, so this is where it gets really, really cool. The article talks about how AI isn't just this thing you learn about, like another subject, but it's actually being woven into the fabric of learning itself.
Whoa, okay, so it's like less about memorizing facts about AI and more about AI actually changing how you learn anything.
Exactly, exactly. Like imagine having an AI tutor, right? That can give you instant feedback on your writing or a platform that crafts like a personalized lesson plan based on your strengths and weaknesses.
So it's like having a custom-made education.
Hmm.
It's like, remember those days, sitting in class, memorizing facts for a test, and then completely forgetting them the next day.
Oh, tell me about it.
This is like the opposite. It's all about understanding, applying what, really using the information.
Yeah, and this actually connects back to a bigger idea the article brings up. It's like, okay, with all this freedom, with all this flexibility, comes a lot of responsibility.
Oh, interesting.
Right, so it's easy to, point the finger at the education system and say, hey, you're not doing this right. But now it's like, okay, well, the ball's in your court.
You're in the driver's seat of your own learning journey.
Exactly. And the article really encourages this sense of experimentation. Like, one line that really stuck with me is, don't be afraid to fail, for it is in our failures that we often discover the most valuable lessons.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're becoming more adaptable, more self-directed in our learning. But let's be real, there's this big elephant in the room, right? AI potentially taking over jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. And the article doesn't shy away from this at all. They acknowledge that the job market is changing at an unprecedented rate.
Right.
But instead of just dwelling on that fear, they highlight the skills that are going to help us not just survive, but thrive in this new landscape. Things like managing tasks, using technology to your advantage, and just being open to change.
Which, honestly, when you think about it, those are all skills that you naturally develop when you're the one calling the shots in your own learning.
100%. Like, remember that old, go to college, get a good job, and you're set for life?
Yeah, not so much anymore.
Totally outdated. I mean, the article puts it perfectly. Charting your own course means constantly learning, upskilling, and reinventing yourself in a world that demands adaptability.
So it's less about finding a job for life and more about finding that value in constantly learning.
Exactly. And finding what genuinely excites you, what you're passionate about, and just going for it.
That is such a good message.
Yeah.
So to everyone listening, here's my question for you. What's one thing you've been wanting to learn, like deep down, but you've been putting it off?
Yeah.
Consider this your permission slip, your sign from the universe. Go for it.
Right.
Exactly.